And we welcome you to the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Florida Panthers on MHS2 as we are getting set to get underway for Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm Chess Jones, nobody alongside in place for match Max tonight. As we are getting set to get underway, not the usual setup we have as, well, I'm moving. A great game tonight. Last game went to overtime where it was Leon Draisaitl with the winner. And really a fierce game overall. That was a 3-0 deficit they started off with, played resilient, and came back to win 4-3, 4 straight, ending up in overtime, said before. That's how they won the game. Trying to figure out all the audio stuff. We will not have any game audio tonight. Make sure everything all sounds right. Apparently Florida leads the series. I need to fix that. Series is currently tied at 2 apiece. Now that's fixed as we are in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. About 10:30 away from puck drop, we will be heading to the anthems next. As it'll be Calvin Pickard in now for the Edmonton Oilers. On the other side, it is Bobrovsky. Whoever wins this game is one win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. That will not be available for Game 6. Max will be on the call for that. I should be available for, and it'll probably be a simulcast. As we are getting set to get underway for a great game. I'm Chesty Owens. Alongside nobody for this game tonight. As I'm trying to figure out the mic stuff, I think it is good now. Not at my usual setup. As we'll head to break and we'll come back for Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. First, the anthems. For the Florida Panthers, the starting lineup will be Kachuk, Bennett, Rodriguez with Jones and Mikula. I'm Chess Jones, deputy alongside, as we should have a great game as the crowd is electric. Series has been nuts, to say the least. As we are getting set to get underway for a great game. Maybe if we could try and attempt to get audio.
Thank you.
Feed sometimes not that stable. Trying to figure out why it isn't doing what it's doing. As yeah, the feed is very much off. Can't do. Try to get game audio. Couldn't. We are getting set to get underway for what should be a great game tonight. It is now a best of 3 series as the Rogers place is rocking 100 and over 104 decimals. What a great game we expect tonight between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Leon Draisaitl being the main man, most likely a Conn Smythe candidate. If the Edmonton Oilers, in fact, do win the Stanley Cup, they would be the first Canadian team to do it in 1993, which would be 32 years. Last time was the Montreal Canadiens. A Canadian team has never won the Stanley Cup under Gary Bettman. They do. Whoever wins tonight is one win away from the Stanley Cup having Stanley Cup final winning the Stanley Cup, as they would have 15 to 16 wins. Put them do so as the series is knotted at 2, becoming a best of 3 series. As we are getting set to get underway for the anthems. Barkov being one of those players who's been quiet this series. Trying to figure out why the feed is lagging super badly right now. As
by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command.
As an electric atmosphere we have tonight between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Here from Rogers Place, it is rocking as we are getting set to get underway. 60 minutes of games, a best-of-3 series now. Game 5 on MHS2. It is Saturday Night Hockey. No cup in the building yet. The next game will have the cup in the building. Calvin Pickard, these playoffs, 7-0, 269 goals against an 896 save percentage with no shutouts. He will get his first start of the Stanley Cup Finals. On the other side, Sergei Bobrovsky, a Vezina candidate, 14-7 record, 227 goals against and a 1912 save percentage. Tallying 3 shutouts. As we are getting set to get underway, it'll be Bennett on the draw. For the Florida center being Bennett. McDavid on the other side. The Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, as we are underway. Slinging it through the left wing, trickles down to the crease where it'll be back around Cameron off the boards and flip down the ice. Bouchard was there. That slipped away from him. Galloping in now through the outside. It's Rodriguez as he tapped that one wide as it ricocheted off the net. Jammed along the wall. Bennett able to scoop it up, regathering the puck as Bouchard came on in, poking and jousting at it. Pots up to the line. Where it's going to be taken back the other way. Gonna move in, shot, and a save by Bobrovsky. It was Connor Brown with the great chance. But a nice save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Kulak was there, jousting along the far corner wall before squeezing out of the zone and galloping towards the stick-up Brown as he moved in, but a nice glove save by Bobrovsky, able to seal that one up. So we're 31 seconds into the game. Here's the draw, goes to the right circle, and that'll only slid down the head where it got jammed up and down the left wing. Then down the ice as it trickles down to the corner, ricocheting off of it to Bobrovsky's stick. Tapped at the Barkov, numbs it along through the backhand. Shuffles it ahead to the left wing and off the board wall. Forsling sends that one in deep, rounding through the wing side. The Edmonton crowd chanting Sergei, trying to rattle it up. It actually worked in game 2. Last game I did of the series. And then Perry had that goal that tied it with, I believe, like 17 seconds or something like that. As at the corner, fought along the boards, jammed along the wall or tried to battle stick at it, and through the left wing it'll be forced ahead where Marchand with a steal. Plays it off the wall, as out goes out to Nurse with a ricochet off the back wall. Nurse slides it to the back off the reverse, skiing that one ahead. We're getting harassed as I'll move into the puck with Stretcher, who sent that one in. Took a deflection, but it ricocheted off an Edmonton player, so it's an icing with 18-18. Off the draw, ricochets to the corner boards and out of the back wall where it's skidded down the ice. Flipped up through and skied down, able to hop past the stick of a man and centers to the near side. Fought along the wall into the left wing where it's still jabbed along as it knocked through and down the ice where scooped up by Mikko, sends it out to the right wing. Getting it back and sending that one through the left wall where it's trying to send that by Verhaeghe and jammed along through the right wing where it's Jones there, who will send that one in deep to the back wall. Bouchard was there as it'll skid back through into the point. Held onto the left wall, Gadjevich sends that down to Verhaeghe, trying to fend that one across, tees up a shot and a save by Pickard with a blocker. Getting it back the other way, 2-on-1. It's McDavid in the right wing, Sky again, save. Oh, he just couldn't get the ricochet on net. Tapping it, had a chance, but just couldn't get it home. Had a great opportunity to open the scoring, it could not. Now the back wall, gonna let a man come fake the scoop and is off the play action, banks it off the wall, and skips ahead to the left wing. Florida being caught in defensive jumbles early in this game. It should try to shuffle past that ahead. He gets his own return, but he just missed it. Stick Greer, backhand tap ahead to Schmidt, and he rounds the board to the right wing. Jammed along the far wall in the Edmonton end. And now the back wall, it is skipped through and out, Calping through the outside where it's shuffleboarded ahead through center. As that was tapped along but given up as Gadjevich sent that one down to the corner. Stetcher is there. Along the wall, forehands it up. And it gets stolen in the neutral zone into the right wing where it'll be sent back to the trailer, Mikkola. Mikkola now trying to curve out the crisscross before sending that one into the Edmonton zone, but it ricocheted off of Edmonton stick into their own Edmonton bench with 16:26. McDavid just had so much speed, just couldn't put it home. So with 16:26 in the first, shots are one apiece. The draw teed up to the right wing, holding on to it. Sends that one through the corner where it's fought along and out of the back wall. Here comes Edmonton back the other way through the left wing. Sends that one ahead. Skip through off the ricochet off the back of the skate as it teed up to Janmark's stick off of Skinner, but a whistle will be called for offsides with 16:13. Edmonton Oilers are 12-5 in all-time series record when tied 2-2 in a series. Series tied at 2 apiece, 16-13 in the first. Able to win the draw, but it ricocheted off the Panthers stick, but ending up onto the stick of Forsling. Punches it along the Marchand as he almost got cut off, but able to get his through, now galloping through the outside, a shot that went into the skates of Wallman and deflected off and out of play with 16 exactly on the clock. No score early, 4 minutes into the game. Lindell, ricocheted up to the point and now popped up to the line where he's going to try to foul that one down low and out of the back wall. Marchand trying to skid past. Foster Lawn and do a nice job working, fires a shot at net. Luster-Ainen was here, able to take it away. Marchand hooks a shot, but it deflected wide and out to the corner. At the right wing. Skipping that one along, popped up to the line into the point where it's sent in deep, trying to get past Lindell. It skids out to the left wing for Perry. Trying to throw the needle up ahead, but it was blocked and ricocheted off the body of Forsling. Marchand rescues the puck and now galloping on the outside, tries to send that one through as it gets right back to his state. Pops it up to the line to Forsling, punches a shot at net. It got stuck through traffic. Forsling out through now the right wing. It's Schmidt. Forsling skids that one in deep. Stumbling along the boards to the corner where it'll be sent back to the near side where Bouchard was there deep in his own end. Pops up to the line to save by Schmidt and now at the left wing. And that one will will skid its way down the ice, bouncing. Bobrovsky was out there and at the corner. Still fought along. Oh, it ricocheted to a stick. Another save. Bobrovsky still is in the crease. And it pops up to the right wing. Try by Bouchard, and it goes out of the zone with 14:50 in the first. Some great opportunities here. At the left wing, it goes in deep to the back wall. Holding on to it was Bobrovsky. He sent that one back in through the right wing, jumbling for it, still having trouble jousting at it as it stifles out to the left wing. Skips that one ahead, and now Calping and his McDavid trying to get through. A three-man team was on him as Verhaeghe gets tied up with a man able to slice it out to his man on the right wing before slashing it back to Barkov. He's going to skid through into the right wing as he iced a shot through, and it popped up and over with 14:14 in the first. So some great driving to the net by the Edmonton Oilers. It'll be soon before they capitalize on these opportunities. As it ricocheted off the post and then off the pad of Bobrovsky. So 14-14 in the first. Zeros on the board. Drops are 3-2 Edmonton. So as it'll be in the near circle. Draisaitl. Back lungs, playing that through the left wall. Stepped up and forced out. That rattled to the stick of a Panther player to get that through Bennett as the ricocheted off of something and into the Edmonton ender. May have went off the top of the glass, which could have caused that whistle. Consider that a play. You can now challenge those types of plays if you think it is a penalty or if not. If it was a recent rule this year or last year. I don't remember exactly. Third great chance coming from the Edmonton crowd as Forsling has the puck. Slices that through the right wing, gliding back to the stick of Rodriguez off the tap and punches that one in deep to the back wall. To the corner boards where ricochets back off the boards and stifling that one ahead. Where it's tipped through and now back to the stick. Squibs it back. Have it behind before slashing that one, and that slices through the neutral zone as it deflected off and threads that one out to the left wing for Schmidt. Pushing it along and ricochets off the top of a part of the paddle of the stick and goes inside the zone off the back wall. As Stetcher got tied up with a man out the corner. Rodriguez was there and out the left circle. It'll be taken away. It's Evander Kane galloping through the neutral zone. Sends that one out to the left wing. At the corner boards, it's fought along. Jousting along the wall, a sword fight still happening. Coming through, the puck as it pops loose before scotting itself into and out of play as we are heading to commercial break. As we will head to break. As well, welcome you back here in the first. No score yet. As here is the draw. Off the draw, Rick out to the right wing, paddleboarding that one ahead through the neutral zone, went off the boards and out the left wing. Almost played that ahead and down the ice. Back wall, no icing will be called. Bobrovsky forces that along to the right wing. Held on to the corner, trying to play that one through the crease and now jammed along the back wall. Still fought out for. Rick up to the right side now on the point where Almost there. Looking, wait, jousted out to the left, holding on to it, gets it back, tees up a shot and it went wide. And now the right wing. That one will be sent out through to Marchand, who will thread it back. Lindell gets his own return to Marchand. Marchand shot and a save by Calvin Pickard. As here is a draw. It'll be McDavid versus Barkov. Barkov has had a relatively quiet series at that. Here's the draw. Oh, it's stifled up to Reinhardt as that one will be batted down by Bouchard. A hand pass through zone end is allowed in the NHL. To the left wing. Plays that along the outside, rimming through the yellow strip and down to the back wall. Bouchard is air jammed along by Barkov. It's out to the corner, foot along 4. Holding on to it. As that'll be taken by Verhaeghe. Sends that one up to the point. Pops it up to Reinhardt. Reinhardt throws that shot and ricocheted wide. To the left wing, Verhaeghe. Sends that one back around as that one swirls up to the point. Holding on to it from the line. Swings it back in deep. To the left wing, Schmidt is there tied up. Into the corners, Bouchard will send that one along to Kulak. Kulak through the left wing, able to hold on to it still. As Aaron Ekblad gets through, now the right wing, it's Barkov. Galloping through the outside. Ices along the wall. In a straight track, it is Reinhardt. Bouchard is here. Fought for and goes to the back wall. Now Verhaeghe at the corner. Fought along at the stick, got tied up, and now here's Brown. As Brown was trying to get through, man cut him off as Nico Mikula will help out with the damage control and send it out. And now the neutral zone plays out to the right wing and crossing wings into the right side where it'll be brought in. Skids out to the... Oh, it ricocheted wide. Perry to the point. Tees the shot and still it says it goes wide and out to the left wing. Holding on to it, it comes out of the zone. As it ricocheted right back in, it'll be offsides on the Oilers with 11:02. My goodness. So, just like that. Off the draw. Gonna hold on to it. Plays that out right wing at Colm. Gonna fire that inside the zone. Rounds and it'll be a whistle with 10:53. .53 in the first. Alternated at 3. No score. Off the draw. Oh, Marchand steals it and score! All alone against Pickard. Marchand with a steal and cashes it home. How does that happen? for Podkolzin, able to get through Ekholm, finds a room and rest at home. My goodness. As off, and it's now Bennett galloping through the right wing, trying to steal his way through. He could not, as it ricochets out to the stick of Stetcher. Sent him through. Ricochet's back, still loose. That one was fought for before coming out now the left wing. Trying to play that back, stifles its way back into the zone to the trailer as it rounds the boards to Skinner. Or rather, that's Stetcher. And Skinner not seeing much ice time as Gadjevich galloping through the left wing. Bennett is here, getting hugged against the corner, now to the left wing, holding onto his Forsling. Oh, he was dropped. Detra was dropped by Bennett. No puck around, he just threw him down. No call as the crowd disagreeing. Nurse looking for the long home run pass. It'll be an icing with 9:47. How's that not interference? If the argument was that he was following the puck since it rimmed around. A little bit of an interesting no call there, in my opinion. Refs know better, though. It'll be Barkov on the draw. On the backhand, slides up to the line. Mikolov to the right wing, a drive, and that one was thrown at net where it was a nice play. Gobbling it up was Calvin Pickard with 9:42. Brad Marchand the Rat opens up the scoring. So just like that, so with Brad Marchand in the first strike, he'll join Mario Lemieux with 5 goals in the Stanley Cup Final. He's had a great Stanley Cup Final so far. And here's the draw. Sending it through the right wing. Fought along and popped up to the line. Skids that on the left wing, taking a carom. Holding on, fires it to the left wing where it pops up back to Forsling, sending it through the right wing. Has to send that back. Forsling with a return. Skids it through neutral zone. Holding on to it, drop back to the left point, sending that one at the back of out between the legs. He just couldn't get a shot on net. As now the back wall, nobody knew where the puck was. Just down along the right wall, it's taken away. Left wing, it's Skinner going to hold on to it. Coming back center, trying to force that one in deep to the corner as it ricocheted off the stick of Forsling. Holding on to the puck, trying to tap it back. Was stifled and taken away by as the Panthers will have it. Backhanding that one ahead, trying to get across to Lindell and now the back wall. Lindell is there against Kulak. Jammed along the wall. Lustarini with the steal. Regathered to Marchand. Marchand will hold, trying to push that along, get the zone, ricochet, and a shot. Pops up through, going off a stick. And out the line, Seth Jones, a long try at net, goes through traffic, and now that to the corner, where here comes the Edmonton Oilers trying to get a 3-on-2. Right wing, it goes to Brown before knocking inside the zone. Rattled along the wall, fought. Still there as that one punches to Bennett. Has some nice room on 3-on-2, galloping through. Pokes that back to the right wing. Back cross. Oh, he just couldn't get a stick on it as he was backdoor. And all of a sudden, back the other way we go. Galloping left wing is McDavid. The sideboard back, a shot thrown through, but got stuck in traffic as Lustarini now with it. Had to fight with his own legs to get to it before pushing that one ahead to Kachuk, who flicks that one inside the zone, skidding through the yellow tracing on the boards, and jam through is now the right wing. Pops up to the point, back in the end before funneling out to the neutral zone, sent in deep to the back wall. Forwards it to the corner. Reverse to the other corner as Stetcher plays head-to-head through Arvidsson. To the right wing and goes in deep to the back wall, fought along. The corner fights a shot at net, but it forces itself out of play with 7:24. Corner. Plays that along through the wall. Fought along and out of the left wing. It goes into the corner. Skidding that one back up to the circle as it pops back in the corner to the back wall for Barkov. Holding on to it. Shuffleboards it up to the point. Flizzling forwarding that one down the Barkov. Oh, Reinhardt just missed a net with a tap-in. Nice defensive play by Stetcher. Fighting against Barkov. It was rescued by the Panthers as Barkov to the left wing. Reinhardt forces one at net, and it comes up to the point. Sends out along to the back wall. Fought along, tees him up for Hagee and trying to save by Pickard. Back the other way we go. It's Draisaitl through the left wing, holding on to it. Oh, front! Score! No, it didn't go in! I thought it did. It looked like it went in from the perspective, but it did not. Here come the Panthers back the other way. Through the left wing. Rattles three to the corner. Jones just it along. Thought that may have went in. As the crowd also popped, it would have been a sharp angle goal. Left wing Schmidt. Lays that along into the point and in deep to the right wing. Kulak with it. Kulak to the near corner. Lays that one through the neutral zone. At the right wing, galloping to the outside. McDavid able to force his way inside the zone against Kulikov in a straight jacket. To the right wing. Plays that one up ahead as that one will be funneled back through and forced in as a nice hit by Kulikov as the crowd wants a penalty as he went into Kane. And back the other way of the Panthers. Straddling through the right wing as he'll send that one in deep. Henrique to the left wing. Oh, a hit! A self-hit by, I believe, Marchand. And forcing out the left wing, slapping that one in. Forced to the right wing. A nice backwards check, trying to funnel that one through. Jammed and taken away. Henrique through the right side. The puck was stolen away as it caroms out through the neutral zone. Galloping out the right wing is Bennett. Gonna move in. A shot still is out. We ricocheted wide. At the left wing. Comes up to the point and gonna take himself out before forcing that one back in. 4:48 in the first. A nice move, gonna follow himself back as here's the Edmonton Oilers. At the back wall. Up through center and down the ice. Bobrovsky's here tapping that one. I think he may have thought it was offsides. Rather icing. Nugent Hopkins along the wall. Reinhart there. Plays that to Mikko at the back wall. As a penalty goes on the Panthers. The fans have been waiting for this for sure. As according to them, there have been multiple missed penalties, but now the Oilers will go on the power play. A very successful power play at that with 4:16. The Edmonton power play is now on. As with 4:16, the crowd is wild. Crowd is also hyped. 4:16. Here is the draw. First one is false start. Our play at home is 42.3%. My goodness, in the 2025 playoffs. Here's the draw. The also important first draw goes out to the right wing. Force through, pops up to the point. Draisaitl holding on to it. Across the line, it slides itself out of the zone out to the right wing. It's Nosek. Nosek trying to play that through. It goes out to the corner. Fought along while it goes to the left wing. And here's Perry with the handoff to Draisaitl on the outside. Waits for Perry. Draisaitl will cuddle inside the zone. Funnels to the corner. Return back as he tips it up to the point. Bouchard pushes that one back along. Draisaitl lets it skid in deep. The corner fought along as that one will come out of the zone. 1:09 to go. Here's Bouchard. He'll count through the outside, nubs it back to the stick of McDavid, who's going to blitz through the neutral zone. McDavid using his speed and shot, and no! Only one shot by a forward, and that was Connor Brown in the first 31 seconds of the game. Well, that's really it. Shots are 6-3 Florida. Skids it in deep to the corner. Fought along on the back wall. Nosek there. Plays that up to the point where nobody was home into the right wing. Leister in a one-on-one. Keeping on the outside straddle. A nice curl through. Fanning that one along at him from Nosek, but Bouchard rather was here on the nice defensive play. A very good caliber defenseman. The right wing where it ends itself up as it ricocheted onto the net picker and able to cover it, but he threw it out, but the whistle went off. 16 on the Edmonton power play. There's a draw to the right wing. Sends that one into the corner. Ekholm. Get out to the near side. The right wing gonna try to backhand through that along. Through the neutral zone as Henrique was forced back. 0 shots on the power play for Edmonton. The puck rounds to the right wing. We currently have some buffer. As now Kachuk gets it back on the right side. Score! Bennett! Two nothing rather. As the puck had a glitch where it showed 2-2. I'm not sure what that had to do with. As Kachuk got the ricochet to Bennett and he forced it home. Unless we missed a goal. I don't know how that would have happened though. Oh, it broke the glass of the camera. Yes, it is 2-0. With 1:54. Has kept up at the point. Funnel to Kulikov. And a penalty on Podkolzin. Just a careless trip. .143 in the first. Here's a draw, pops up, forces back to the line. Jones drives him wide. Ekblad now the left wing. Markov has had a quiet series so far. Now the back wall jams that to the corner boards for Ekblad. Skids out and whirls around as it swirls out to the right wing. Reinhardt back to Barkov and now up to the line. Back to Sasha Barkov, down low. Oh, Kachuk trying to feed that between the legs off the carom as was Ekblad. And now at the left wing, walking down the tightrope, up to the point. Jones walking through the left wing, plays that up off the bank, sends that one to the corner boards for Jones. At the wing, hooks it back up high. For the outside, Jones, down low. For a minute. Takes a carom off the right wall and down the ice as the crowd cheers. On the road, the Florida Panthers power plays 41.2%. The right wing forces that one in deep as the Panthers come along to the left corner. For Hagee. And the back wall plays that up to the point. Held on to Schmidt. On the tightrope walking in, fires that net through traffic as that was a nice glove by Calvin Pickard with 23.1. .1 in the first. Is currently 2-0 Florida. Here's the draw and another false start. McDavid kicked out. And Mark is now in. Draw against Bennett. Yeah, Mark wins it. Nurse forces it around. Ricochets off and takes a funky hop down. And Bobrovsky there able to coddle it with 14. One last ref for Florida here in the first. And out to the left wing, gets across Verhage on the outside. Fending that one through. Oh, Bennett missed it wide to looking for Rodriguez. Across, and it trickles out to the right way. Another try fended off and fought off by Pickard. As the period expires, Bennett takes a shot at Wallman. And some jousting happening after the horn as the Florida Panthers have a 2-0 lead. In the opening frame, the Florida Panthers lead 2-0 as we will head to break. Wallman and Bennett yapping at each other. Oh, just couldn't get the rebound with Bennett. Tied up with McDavid. We will head to break. 2-0 in the first. as I believe we are getting set for the middle frame. Major playback issues, to say the least. As we are not getting set for the middle frame. My apologies. We are not. And we will be back for the middle frame between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers here on MHS2. MHS2. Nobody alongside as we are getting set for the middle frame. The Florida Panthers have that 2-0 lead after the steal and the score by Brad Marchand. Then the ricochet out to Bennett Stick, who scored the second goal. And here it is, the middle frame. We are underway. Some lagginess to start off, at least on my end, as Reinhardt will send that one in deep. Into the back wall, Bouchard getting jammed along Verhaeghe. To the point. That one down. Back up to the point. Held on to, looks a shot. And that jammed to Verhaeghe. Now at the back wall. We're having major streaming issues right now. We've been switched feeds once again, which unfortunately is at the second. We'll have a quick break and we'll be right back. As we currently have 19:44 on the clock. That one's sent down low, hooking around to Verhaeghe. Now we'll trickle its way down the ice to have our first whistle appeared with 19:33 as the Oilers are full strength here in the second. 2-0 Florida. Series tied at 2 apiece. Game 5 on MHS2. And Mark versus Bennett on the draw. Here's the draw. Trickles out to the corner. Sending that one through the left wing. Oh, it skids out. Kachuk saved by Calvin Pickard. To the right wing. Coming back now the corner. Jammed along the wall. Bouchard nubs that cross along to the point where it filtered back in deep to the back wall for... and rounded to the outside, up to the point, forcing a drive, trickles wide to the right wing. along. Here's Bennett now, forces one at net, skids over the skate of Edmonton Oiler before playing itself down the ice to the left wing. Is Brownie sends that one in deep. To the back wall, it'll be Bennett with the puck, comes to Forsling, back to the right wing, Kachuk was there, but it was forced itself back in. Handle on the wall, taken away. To the right wing as Listerine got tripped up. It pops up to the stick of Draisaitl, and he gets his own return from an Edmonton Oiler. Galloping through central. Draisaitl to the right wing, holding that back of fanned backhand in as Forsling rescue the puck. Oh, it trickled towards the net, but it's stopped by Bobrovsky. At the left wing, it goes into the circle. Now the back wall, two players tied up. No call as the Edmonton fans wanted one. Now the Oilers galloping through McDavid to the left wing. Perry back up at the line before being taken back on a one-on-one. Galloping in on the outside is Marchand looking for a second, but it trickled over the net. And maybe the shoulder save by Pickard. Ricochets to the corner. Greer is there around to the back wall. Nosig is there. As that one skidded out to the stick of David before going down into the neutral zone. The circle. They played that around to the right wing and sent that one through and jammed along the ball where it forced in deep to the backside. Sent along through. Oh, Nosik off the turnover. And at the back wall, Nugent Hopkins. Gadjevich tied up with him for Higgy. 2-0 Florida, no so important third goal. And deep at the line, where it's stifled back up into the Edmonton end to the right circle. Kane, as that one's given up a 2-on-2. At the right wing, Barkov looking, waiting, gonna drive in deep. Centers the shot, and it still was stretching out with Verhaeghe. Sent the referee diving against away from the puck, and now Verhaeghe is here. At the corner, battling along the wall. Plays that out to Reinhardt. Grabbing at the back wall and still jousting on as it falls to the corner. Punches it up to the point. Tight roping against the line where it's taken away. And now his speed is Evander Kane trying to spin back, and a penalty will fall on the Panthers as Aaron Ekblad will head to the box. And new life for Edmonton if they score on this power play. As Ekblad ended up taking down Kane. They are 42.6%. The Edmonton Oilers in home power plays. Marchand with a try. It deflected and went wide. As that one's fought off with the left arm of Pickard and ricocheted off a stick. Connor McDavid's on the ice. It'll be Draisaitl in the draw. In 43. Here's a draw off the tie. Comes cleanly to Mikko Mikkola, where it's sent down the ice. Back well, it stifles to. Pickard was in trouble for a second. Now the corner. Bouchard. Bouchard will hold on to the puck. Waiting, gonna look at the right wing. It gets sent back. Through the neutral zone to the point is Nugent Hopkins in deep to the corner, rounding to the back wall. Holding onto the corner boards now up the right wing. Sends that one up to the line. Nugent Hopkins back in, sends that one down low. Ricocheting back up to the high slot, tees it up, and it was fought off by Bobrovsky. My goodness, is now the left wing. Hank down and out of the zone, it's Bouchard there. He will hold on to it with 15:53. Plays that out to the right wing. As now can glide through the outside before jambling on third to the point is Nugent Hopkins. Holding on to the puck to the left wing. Plays it up to the point, Bouchard. Back to Nugent Hopkins. Sending that one down low, holding on to it for a second. Ups it to Perry. Gets across right wing to Bouchard. He faked the T at 44 on the penalty. Nugent Hopkins is right jabble through. Still is Perry. And it was fought off by Sergei Bobrovsky. My goodness. Bouchard to the left wing. Nugent Hopkins gets across to the right side. Bouchard from McDavid. Back to McDavid up at the line. Tight roping against it. Now going to skid him for a second. And he squibs that back up off a backhand. Holding on to it, plays that cross and a save by Bobrovsky. 92-mile-an-hour blister. Stuck up through, cleared out by Florida with 11 seconds on the Edmonton power play. One-man forecheck by Florida. Sending that one through. Three to go on the power play. The Panthers have killed it off. As the Edmonton Oilers are 0 for 2. Puck ricocheted out of play with 14:41. Oh my goodness, Bobrovsky. Took a funky bounce with Bobrovsky with the shoulder. Harry tied with Mark Messier for career postseason games. He will beat that during the Stanley Cup as long as he's healthy for next game and starts. How to play with 14:30 in the second. It was June 14th, 1994, and the Rangers won their 4th Stanley Cup. Mark Messier being there, it was on this day 31 years ago. Right wing Bennett. Year before that, a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. The right wing gonna send that one through the neutral zone as a job belonged to a Panther, and now galloping through the outside. Kachuk sends that one in deep, rattles along the wall to the far side, and now the corner boards to the back wall. It's Stetcher. Stetcher will find some room and skid it out to the left wing. Is now galloping in his nerves through the neutral zone. To the right wing, he'll send that one in deep. At the back wall, it is held onto before funneling that one across. Bennett cuts on through to the left wing, ricocheting off the boards. Jabbled on, and now it'll nub itself into the corner where it's a jousting battle against the wall. Fins it up to the point. Taps that one towards the net and ricocheted wide off the backhand try by the man out in front. It was Gadjevich. Through the right wing and now the outside. He'll funnel that along to the back wall where Nosek will play dirty off the reverse. Holding on to it is Nosek. Curling up high. It's tightrope Sekulikov as that will tether that one across before squibbing back out off the carom and gets to the stick at Nosek. Battling along, able to front face him off as he got stuck up and out of the corner. The back wall, he's going to send that one up to the point. The Florida Panthers still have possession as that one was sent in by Aaron Ekblad, I believe. And Edmonton will not ice the puck. They were able to beat it. Now Schmidt ties up as Arvidsson's in a straitjacket. Barkov tied up along the wall also as they're still battling for it. And long before lading himself up to the left wing before caressing it across. Ends at a play. Might be a penalty on Edmonton. Edmonton wants a penalty. I think this might be a penalty. Ref and linesman talking it over. As Reinhardt was still in the zone. It will be a penalty on the Florida Panthers. Reinhardt will end up to the box. I wonder if they'll take a look at this. Sam Reinhart is incensed about the call. Connor McDavid lined up at the right point, tries set on the draw. 0 for 2 is Edmonton with 3 shots on the power play. Nubs it out, split through the D, but a false start. As 1 second ticked off the power play. It will reset it back to 2. I believe. David Lundell on the draw. McDavid now on the center ice face-off as that trickles out and puts the one at net, but it falls wide. And Lundell, Nugent Hopkins got tied up. Nubs along to the corner. Gonna ricochet that one across. Now the Panthers one out in front. Still is at it. It was fought up by Borowski coming up to the line. Cradling it and now gonna walk through the tightrope. Tightrope, but now backhanded into the right wing. Walking through the outside, cradling onto the puck. To the right wing, sends that one up to the line. Bouchard to the wall. Walking through the airflows, McDavid sending that one down the low. Trickles back. Perry still there. Gets the reinforcement. Tees up. Bouchard trickles wide. And now to the back wall. Plays it one up to the point. Getting across the line. Tethers it out. McDavid down low. Back to the trailer, which is McDavid. McDavid to the left wing. Threads the needle down. Trying to send that one across. Diving Forsling was there. On the defensive end. Traps himself up to the point. Hand off McDavid. Gonna walk in. Fires that net in a blocker save by Borowski. Gets his own rebound. Up to the line, Bouchard. Funnels it back to McDavid. Sending that one down the looking cross and a diving Forsling once again with 11:25. Under a minute on the power play. At the line, Bouchard. Gets a return to McDavid. To the right circle. Trickles up. Hops along to the corner. Snagged through and plays that one up to the point. Gets it to McDavid. McDavid walking in, trying to tightrope that one across as somebody without a stick was able to stop it for a second. It's loose to Rainen. Bouchard. Now McDavid gonna walk in, fires, and it trickles itself over the net, taking a ricochet. Chaos out in front as Perry was tied up with Aaron Ekblad, I believe, and the goaltender. 27 on the clock on the penalty. Great traffic. Draisaitl was jammed up by Forsling. High up, nobody wins. As the whistle is called for a false start. 10:59. Henrique on the draw. Tees one up left wing, trying to funnel himself through. Jammed through the right wing. Forces one and out in a save. Dumped down the ice. 19 seconds. 2 shots on ADM power play. Nurse now with it. Chopping through the neutral zone. Skids it out to the right wing. Slices its way to the corner. In his air to the back wall. Barkov. We played that one through the left wing as the penalty will expire. ADM Edmonton is now 0 for 3 on the power play. Not what you'd like to see from them. And not what you normally see from them either. They have 5 shots though, so 2 out of 3 of them have been pretty active, especially this one. Just haven't been able to get it behind Borowski yet. Low shot total game. It's 9-9 as we're heading to the halfway mark of the second. As Kulak came off the Kareen. Fires that one through as that one was stripped away and goes to the right wall where EDM will get onto it before the back wall. The Oilers have it. Rodriguez was spying, and Kulak got the puck as he spins, cycles around to the right wing. And through that, tripping, it's Kachuk coming up with it. Plays out along the wall, finds itself down low. Rodriguez with it, trying to grab it. He could not, as that's regathered by Edmonton. To the near side, it'll be sent through the left wing and taken back where it goes to the corner. Now the back wall. Trickles out to his stick, played up to the point. Hits Wallman to the right side. Fake the taste, that drive, and it goes wide. Fakes itself up to the point, fires one as that funneled wide. Nubs out to the boards, another try in net. And went wide. At the back wall, right wing drive goes down the ice off the flip up. No icing on Edmonton. The neutral zone will be sent in on net, and a nice save as that's paddled away by Bobrovsky into the back wall Forsling. That one through the corner into the left wing. Ekholm. Still fought for long, and now here comes Florida back the other way through the neutral zone. It goes to Gadjevich, gets the drop back and fires it in deep to the corner. As at the right wing, we played down as we are having some major leg issues. The game is freezing. Brown. He's up a shot, and it's stopped by Bobrovsky with 8:32 in the second. Commercial. McDavid rang it off the iron. 2-0, the Stanley Cup Final on MHS2. And we'll welcome you back from break. 8:32 in the second. It is 2-0 Florida. What a game this has been. But 4 multi-goal comeback wins in the postseason. Chris Nelbuckle, former Hartford Wolfpack Rangers affiliate in the AHL. The first NHL game he did was a 9-0 win against the Flyers. Mika Zibanejad with a hat trick in that game. As through the point, sends that one in deep to the back wall. Draisaitl is there through the corner. Up to the point, held on to a shot, and it ricochets wide. As the man went down through it, funnels towards the net. Bobrovsky sends that around to the corner. Barkov is there to the left wing. Ekholm, and that one skids its way through the neutral zone to the right wing. Hold on to, and he'll fire it in deep. Nubbing along the wall to the corner off the skid. He's going to fire that one at net, but it ricocheted wide off the part of the net. As a circle fought for Verhaeghe. Jam along his cane as that one skids out to the stick of an Edmonton Oiler. Jones to the left wing, Draisaitl trying to send that one back. The Panthers end up with a change. Goes to the back wall, it's Darnell Nurse. Nurse will gallop through the outside. Plays that one off the wall. Goes off the net, haywire into the corner where it's fought along, ricocheted to the stick of an Oiler player before fanning its way to the right wing where Lindell got a crushing hit by Bakolzin, but he was able to clear it out to Nosek. At the near side, it comes back. Here's Edmonton with it at the right wing. Sends that one in deep into the wall where Mikola is there, and now coming up with it is Seth Jones. To the right wing, Marchand. Marchand galloping through the neutral zone, able to stick handle his way through, and fires that one at the net where it was fought off by Alvin Picker. And sends that one up a shot, it ricocheted wide off of Bennett. After the line, able to keep it in, Schmidt at the right point. Walks the puck down low. Iced it back up, but it was jammed along as it funnels out to the right wing. Fought along and comes out of the Edmonton end as Schmidt able to huddle up on it. Chopping through the neutral zone, back past Bennett, sending that one down low to Kachuk as that one was turned away by Pickard. At the right wing, it's Bennett. As a line split through the defenseman to force itself out of the zone into the neutral zone, it's Florida possession with Schmidt to the left wing. Schmidt played that out to Barkov, which Barkov will throw that, rather Kulikov, as he threw that in the neutral zone. Panthers have it as Allen was forced in deep by Kachuk to the back wall. Stetcher plays that around to the point. Couldn't get to it because it would have been too many men, so they let it ring out of the zone. So smart play by the Panthers. An awareness play at that. Here's EDM behind the net to the corner. Comes up and out of the zone. Oh, it ricocheted wide and now at the left wing. Held on to a shot from the point, but they're always skidded towards the net, and Pickard able to track that well. And with 5:31, he will head to break. 2-0. They draw the right neutral zone. Here's Florida. Playing that through the left wing. Verhaeghe back with it, holding on to it. Sends that one through the corner. Was jammed along. 5:15 to go in the second. At the corner boards, Verhaeghe sends that one across to the right wing, funneling along the wall, gliding back around. At the back wall, it's Barkov. Left wing, it is Verhaeghe walking down the wall. Reinhardt able to cattle up on it. Looking over his options, he gets jammed along to the corner boards where Barkov is there, held on, hopped out to the stick as a turnaway fires down the ice looking for Henriquez. The whistle will sound with 4:51 in the middle frame. Comes up as that one's played across Marchand, a drive, and it ricocheted back to his stick after being fought off, muscled away. Jeff Skinner will send that in, a former Buffalo Sabre, into the corner boards. He gets fought along as at the right wing, a backhand knocks it off the wall. A hook back pass, and now here comes McDavid trying to get up through the right wing as it trickled itself all the way down the ice off a reflection, no icing. Bouchard holding on to under 4:20. And over 4 through the right wing, it was stolen away. And back, multiple strips happening, and it comes back to the circle where Bouchard is here through the right wing. Held on to it, skids its way to the left side, where it'll be played through the neutral zone. Spun onto the stick, a drive, and it missed wide! Out of the zone, and out of bounds with 3:51. 3:51 in the second. McDavid against Barkov. Tees on McDavid with a reverse against Barkov. Make a line to the corner. Board says, there's Draisaitl. Lengthen it through the left wing and sent down and through the neutral zone and down to the corner boards. It's Bouchard there. Up the boards to the left wing. A reverse by Barkov. Up to the point, held on to. Throws a shot at net and it misses wide. As Verhey was pressured, it'll be taken back the other way. At home now, cuddling through the left wing. Arvidsson holding on to the point where McDavid sends that one in deep. Rounded wide to the right wing. Held on to, brings that one back up to the point, out the line. At home, waits, holds, fires a shot, it goes wide. Retrace to Arvidsson, now up at the one. Nubs it to the tee, up a shot and a save. With 2:58 off the tee up. Here in the second. As Edmonton getting so close to their first crack, just hasn't gotten it yet. Through the draw. Sent down the ice through the neutral zone and funnels back to his stick. To the right wing, it'll be sent in deep by Edmonton to the back wall and to the corner where Kulikov is there through the left wing. Taking him back, here's Florida. Trying to play that one through the zone into the right wing. It's Brown who runs it through the back wall. Edmonton looking to get at least a goal on the board before the end of the second. Kane got tied up with Schmidt into the right wall. Schmidt is there. Right wall getting that one through the neutral zone and back across where it got jammed up and funnels itself in deep. Nurse. The reverse as he is cut off by Gadjevich and send that one back to the left wing. Into the right wing and at the line before it was taken away by Gadjevich to the right wing and sends that one in deep to the back wall. Held on to into the far side where it comes out of the zone. Eric Ekblad is there. Sends that to the left wing and down the ice it goes to the corner boards. As Greer sent that one around. Left wing. Frederick will wait, sends that one looking the hook pass two as it nubs itself to the back wall. Bobrovsky's here with the backhand shovel pass is now through the back wall. It is Bennett. Comes up and out of the zone. Through the lob, it'll be an FLA icing with 1:16. .116 in the second. It is 2-0 Florida. The handoff to McDavid. Cutting through, looking to the left wing. Ekholm too far from the reach. It throws a shot and net trickles up and out of play with 1:07. 107. Shots are 12-11. David replacing Tricycle on the draw. Now in behind the net to the corner. Fought along up to the point. Puts a drive at net, and it's saved by Borowski as he was lifting up. May have gotten a little bit of a stick to the face. As he's trying to nub that back in at the point. Still stifled. Walking the tightrope is the puck through the boards. Heck almost tied up against Barkov. He fires that one in deep. Through with 40. The left wing. Verhaeghe gets it back into the left side where it goes in deep. 30 to go in the second. Off the fire around and up through. Oh, a high stick caught a Panther up high as Bennett walks in, a shot and a save. The touch up by Bouchard. Kachuk is there, and now some extras after. Oh, Draisaitl caught Kulikov up high. Florida will have 140 in the second if they don't go score on this in the second period. They would have 140 left. Series tied at 2-apiece, 2-0 Florida in the game. Going to go in the second, rounding down under 20 through the back wall. Forced along the corner where it's nothing long, skittered out to the stick as Bennett tried to funnel that one through. It's clear down the ice by Edmonton on just wide of the net. Clock will wind down the second as a scoreless second will come through as one last try at net was scooped up by Pickard, and the second period is over. 2-0 after 2. And it is a Stanley Cup final on MHS2 as we are heading to the start of the third and final frame. Florida up by 2. They have a power play for the next minute 40 into the third. Oh, so appointed third goal of this game. The left wing. It's going to be sent in by Barkov. Rounding the board to the right wing. Held on to now at the corner, which will be backhand swiftly long as that one came to the stick to a Edmonton man. Skidded in deep to the back wall where Bobrovsky will hold on to it and backhand it out to a man galloping through. It's Seth Jones on the outside. He'll skid himself back in as he glides the puck out to his right-hand side before it slide in deep to the near corner. Now to the stick of Barkov, who taps that along and took a Karam Kachuk will get it to Reinhart. Reinhart able to control it with 1:02 on the power play, under a minute now. Off the stick of Kachuk, it comes back the other way for EDM. The right wing galloping through the outside is Kulak, who will put on a reverse on the brakes. And he got 3 men swifted as that one was pickpocketed to the right wing. Jammed along as that one slipped back into the zone where out of the back wall it's Kulak who lays the puck around and then deep to the Florida end. Half minute to go on the Florida power play. To the left wing it's Verhaeghe who will send that one in deep to the corner. As at the near side, they come through the right wing and out of the zone. With the puck. Left wing, Verhaeghe in deep to the back wall and out of the corner. Holding on to, swiftly plays that along to the left wing, Verhaeghe. Gets that back to Bennett, fires a shot at net save, ricochets back out in front to Nugent Hopkins was there. And gives that off. On the give and go, McDavid will hold on, stretching the play, gets the tap back. Hold on to it as a ricochet off the stick and comes out of the zone. 18:05 in the third. The left wing gets it back up to the line where Stetcher was there. At the back wall, it's Forsling. Holding on to it. Now the right wing, he'll send that one along and in deep to the back wall. Pickard plays that up and along to the left wing, and it was pickpocketed. Loose Arena now. At the corner, in trouble, Marchand. Fought along and forward to the left wing, and out of the corner. Stetcher is spun around and out of the right wing. Kulikov got jammed up, and Mark is there. And now the neutral zone, here's Edmonton cutting through the line and sends that one in deep to the corner. The back wall, it's Jones, who gives it out to Lusterrainen at the near side as he fell down and nubbed up to the point and tethers across the line. Gonna walk on in deep through the corner is Ekholm as he's tied up with a Panther, which is Kulikov. And coming through the right side is hopping in is the Florida Panther player, Sam Reinhart. At the back wall, Bouchard is here. Against Reinhart, Brown was on there as he shuffled it back. And now here's Edmonton. A home run pass through it, ricocheted out to the stick of Schmidt, the Florida defenseman. Finds himself an ADM zone. Verhaeghe with the last clear in, down and deep and dirty. To the back wall. Right wing, it trickles towards the net, hits the post. And no icing. Flips it down, and it'll be an icing with 16:23. Rattles it up to the point. Forced out of the zone, 16-19 in the third. Rattle heads the puck to the left wing, galloping through the outside. Lifts it up and a beautiful hit as that funnels into the corner towards Forsling. Right wing side is now here is Bennett. Sends that one in through the corner and out of the back wall. Through the corner, Rodriguez feathering one out in front, and it comes up to the line and stifled away and stolen by Bennett. Forces that one in deep. Nubs to the stick of Marchand. Marchand was stolen as it ricocheted in front of the net, and EDM has it, which is Edmonton. Draisaitl has Perry, but Perry was offsides as he was ahead of the play with 15:34 in the final frame. It feels like the first breakthrough that comes for Edmonton. It could start possibly down spurring spout. Flopped inside the zone, tapped along to the stick, and a hole jammed through. The line Bouchard was stripped away for a second as it funnels back to Greer, and it taps inside the zone. On the outside, it's Nugent Hopkins. To the corner, it's Evander Kane. Pushes down the ice off the Gadjevich forecheck. To the right wall, it's pinned along. Have some extras after. 15:05 in the third. As players were getting into it, it was Bouchard and Greer. It feel very tense in Rogers Place, and an icing will be called on Florida. 14:58. Game 7 would be back in Edmonton. Florida can end the series if they win the game here and win the Stanley Cup. Release far circle face-off. Draw. Stevels up to the point. Right side, Bouchard. Tapped along, and now Marchand. Gets through. Oh, Marchand to move. And through. Score! Spectacular by Brad Marchand. 3-0, Florida. Beautiful moves and beautiful goals. Another steal off a face-off. My goodness. Are you kidding me? Got through Wallman. Some beautiful moves and a forehand right through the 5-hole of Pickard. And just like that, it's 3-0 Florida. They choked that lead last game. Whoa! He's just... I mean, I guess you don't lose if you have those two jerseys on. But now it's a desperate goal for Edmonton. Ricochets off Ekblad through the corner. Fought along, nubs it up, back up to the point. Held on, throws a shot, and that's saved by Bobrovsky. Rounds the wall to the right side. Wings it back in deep to the corner. Fought along as here is Florida. To the right wing, it's sent in deep to the back wall. Here's Edmonton. 14:05 in the third. Sending that one in on net, and a save by Bobrovsky. To the left wing, it dumps it back in, and through the far side, Edmonton has it. Filtered through the zone as it ricochets back inside the Edmonton end with 13:45 in now the near corner. Bennett was pinned along by Wallman. To the left wing, it's sent back down the neutral zone. It's Draisaitl. No look and wait. Gets it up to the line. Forces a shot and net save. And Bobrovsky's own man went into him. It was Luosterainen. Let's see what Marchand can do now. He has 2 goals on hat-trick watch. Marchand tried to cut through and split the D. He could not. And here comes McDavid galloping in a backhand try, and it's fought off with the blocker of Bobrovsky. Through the corner, rounds it to the right wing. It's Bouchard there. Put along as Perry and Jones are there, and it's centered out of the zone of 1302. Bouchard. Here comes Edmonton blitzing through the zone to the near corner. Perry's there to the right point. Looking across the line. Ty rubs a shot at net, and it bends off as a nice move by McDavid. The back pass to the left circle. Gonna move in. A shot. Score! McDavid! 3-1. And Edmonton is right back within 2. With 12:36 in the third, one more goal, and it could all of a sudden feel like 100% a completely different game. Some beautiful moves by McDavid. As McDavid fell, he got it back the pass and some nice moves, able to go right through the D and score. 7th goal of the preseason. Or postseason. My apologies. Completely different, to say the least. Rogers Place has some life. A short shooting game, really. 16 apiece are the shots. First goal since Game 5 versus Dallas. Let's see what happens now. Edmonton is flying all of a sudden. And through the neutral zone, Bouchard. Sending that one as it trays back. McDavid now holding on to it. Taking himself, gives it out to Bouchard with an extended stick. Oh, gets the ricochet. Arvidsson a drive and he missed one. Ricochets out to the left wing. Another try. And winds up out of play with 12:08. Commercial. Brad Marchand with a beautiful goal, but Edmonton had the response, and it's a 2-goal game. And we'll welcome you back. That's 150 points for Connor McDavid in 95 postseason games. Right on shot, score! The response by the Cats, It is 4-1. Right back at ya. A field goal lead once again for the Cats. Wide in Rogers Place. As there's a turnover, Barkov and that. As Reinhardt once again another goal. As through that ends up to the back wall. Ricochets out to the stick. Marchand on hat-trick watch. Nice moves. Marchand to the line. Sends that one and back in deep. Back around to the left wing. It's Kane. Sending that one as Arvidsson. And the puck just went right past and behind him as Lindell forces it back into the EDM end. Luster-Rainen at the corner. To the back wall. It's Tkachuk. Kulak putting him in a straitjacket. At the left wall, Rodriguez drive save by Pickard. And just like that left wing, it'll be forced out of the zone. The circle goes to the back wall. Nice reverse. Kulikov is going to backhand it up ahead and out of the zone. Right wing Bouchard. He'll force that one in deep, rounding the boards. At the left wing, trickles to the circle, forces back a drive, and it goes out of play with 10:45. As right off the draw, the Panthers with it. A backhand lift goes down. Rattles down below the goal line as Florida has it. It's a turnover at the corner. 2-on-2 at the wall. Moves up puck to the left wing with Skinner. As Mikko Mikolov, a little bit of a jam. As Verhaeghe comes back the other way through the left wing, trying to thread through, then split to D as that is Bouchard behind the net. 10-10 in the third. Flips it up ahead is Draisaitl. Centers it through the neutral zone and now galloping through the 3-on-3. As McDavid was there, taken away by Luster-Rainen into the left wing where it finds itself in deep as Stetcher plays that to the left wing and now the right side it's Forsling. Left wing Luster-Rainen. Through the zone to the corner boards and at the right wing. And Stetcher at the near corner. 9:34 in the third. Bounce and it goes in deep. Stetcher. Brad Marchand first with 6 goals in the Stanley Cup Finals. First with 6 goals in the Stanley Cup Finals since Esa Tikkanen. The Ranger beat the Panthers, I believe, in 5 games sometime in the 90s. Had to win Gretzky on their teams, I believe, is post their Stanley Cup. First round matchup. Rangers won, I believe, in double overtime or single overtime. I don't remember exactly. Had 2 overtime goals in that series. Was very dominant at that. As that is Greer playing that off the glass and ends up out into the neutral zone where it skids back slightly. And here's Edmonton with it on the left wing, Henrique. Through the neutral zone and in deep to the back wall. Bobrovsky backhand flips it ahead. At the left wing, it's Greer. He'll play that in deep to the back wall for the Edmonton netminders. At the left wing, he'll funnel it back along and through the neutral zone. It's Forsling there. Jams it in deep. Whipped up to the man where it's slubbed in. As here's Edmonton. Kulak fumbles it ahead. As he'll slam it back as that one trammed through the neutral zone is at the left wing. Arvidsson Markov is there, Reinhardt, and it goes in deep to the back wall. Here comes that Colton through the right wing, gives it out to Bouchard. Now just past the line, Nugent Hopkins sending that one down low, looking for Evander Kane at the corner boards. Getting that back across, it's Forsling, it's taken away, it's a 2-on-2. Sends that one in deep to the near corner, Marchand around the boards, to the corner. And trying to hold on is at the point. It'll come out and spin away, dump back in, no looker. 2 days in between the last 2 games. Game 5 winner when series is tied 2-2 in the Stanley Cup final history, or 19-7 a series record, or 73%. Kulak gets it across to Wallman, and it goes in deep. Edmonton fans wanted a call as Tkachuk nubs that one across. Poked that through, but handled by the Florida man. Which is Rodriguez, who sends that in deep to the corner boards, where Reinhardt is jammed up along. Wallman now. 6:43, time running out. Winding down for the Oilers. Chance of coming back is McDavid to try. Oh, a funnel towards it and steams up to the right circle, where it'll be cleared ahead. Bouchard will wait back, 6:27. The neutrals on at the left wing, gonna skim back before selling it back in deep. For Gadjevich with the takeaway. .603 in the third. Left wing, it'll go in deep, where it'll be a whistle for icing with 5:58. Here's the drop, Marchand. There goes to Schmidt, down low, Marchand able to hold on, has 2 goals in this game. 6 goals in the series. Right wing drive and a save, still is at it, scrambled down for a second, popping it up, but able to secure it is Calvin Pickard. Time expiring in the third. The Florida Panthers have a commanding 4-1 lead. And we'll welcome you back. 5:46 as the game is expiring. At the right wing, trying to get that one through as that'll be... It was for offsides if Edmonton touched up. Gets it through and out at the left wing. Held on, it gets funneled back into the back wall. The left side, it'll be played ahead through and... forced in. Holding on to this woman. Very low shooting game, 18-16 as Salmon's pitchforked ahead. As here's McDavid gonna gallop in for throw, it bounces and ricocheted wide. My goodness. Picker to the bench. Extra skater for the final five. Edmonton looking for a miracle. To the right wing. McDavid sends it in deep. Jones holds on at the left wing and he's gonna wait. Looks, gives it out. Jones, score! No! It ricocheted off the post! My goodness. Another one that we thought went in, but it didn't. The right point. Bouchard. Well, wait, gets it at the line. At the left point, it's funneled back in, gives it through. Lusterina now. Gets it out right wing. Holds, and net is empty. Marchand for the hat trick. Went wide. Back bank pass. At the back wall, holding on. This is Edmonton. Tries to settle the right wing. Floats that one in deep, rounding the wall to the corner. Backside, it is Glad with it. Jammed along the right corner. Tries settle, bounces it up to the line to Bouchard, who squibs it across to the point. Fork down low. Holding on, skids it, and that still is off the floater and went wide. And back around it goes to Draisaitl at the corner boards. Funnels it up to the point. Forces a shot and that trickles up and out of the zone. Bounces back and after force it in. Offsides on Edmonton. With 3:30 to go. Off the goalpost and out. The NHL and MHS2 at 3:30 to go. Pickard is back in net. Because the face-off is in center ice. It'll be center ice draw. It is McDavid lined up in the left wing to start a watch. False start on the first attempt. Pickard between the hashes. Gets the draw. Tie-up win. Bouchard right wing. Laying that through as Pickard. Now McDavid gonna blitz in. Swirling back. Holding on. Plays up to the line. Try settle there. Comes out to the point. Held on. Sends up through the right wing. Another try, Ned. And Eric tries back up to the line. Another try. Score! Harry! With 3-13, it is a 2-goal game. So now all of a suddenly, you get one more goal and all of a sudden, and that would make it a 1-goal game. My goodness. What a game this has been. 3-13 in the third. After tie-up. Goes down inside the zone for the Panthers. The neutral zone, Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard left wing. Pickard is slowly coming out of the net. He will now. To the left wing. Coming through, and now he's going to just back as McDavid. It falls down the ice, but not too far. Played by high stick. 2:48 in the third. Here's the draw to the left wing. Sent in deep. 2:45 at the corner. Left wing is Perry. Nugent Hopkins, the jam back. The right wing, it's going to be played through the neutral zone, capping through the outside. Pickard to the bench. Draisaitl drive in. A save at the corner. Plays it up to the point. Bouchard. Cross the line, left wing. Holding on, sends that one in deep to the back wall through the corner. To the left wing. On the outside, fires. A shot, net save was out and paddled wide. Kept it at the line by Bouchard. Barkov harassing him, so he was forced to get back. Backhand to... that one's going to be handled in. Bobrovsky's going to backhand it. He looked down the ice for a second, maybe thinking about the empty netter, but he decided not to, which would be the safe play. Through now, it's only a 2-goal game. Luosterainen dumps it down the ice as that one ricochets off the wall, and it'll be an icing on the Florida Panthers with 1:39. Last time the Florida Panthers were in the Stanley Cup final on TNT was against the Vegas Golden Knights. Timeout, Edmonton. As the fans are on their feet, 1:39 in the third, 4-2. All start on the first face-off attempt. Here it is. $18 shots each. Lundell against Draisaitl on the draw. Tied up. Comes up to the circle. Holding on right wing. Stride. Booch on a drive. Blockered away by Bobrovsky. Nubs it up to the line. Sending that one back in deep. Rounds the boards to the right wing. Lusterinen is there. On up through. Kept to the line. Drive and that save by Bobrovsky as he was sprawling out in trouble and sent down the ice to the empty net. Bullseye! And the Florida Panthers will be one away from winning the Stanley Cup. As it is 5-2 Panthers with 119. It's Lusterinen with the goal. A beautiful floater down the ice to the empty net. 155 feet. The left wing, Edmonton coming back with it. Sends that one across. King is Frederick to the left circle. Rounding the net. Right side Stetcher. Line. Puck calls into the left wing. Drive and a save. Gobbled up. Here's the draw the circle. Along the corner. Through the back wall. As it's fought along, Jones is there. 45 seconds to go in the game. Jam through along and at the left wing. Back ahead, looking for a 2-on-1 maybe. It's just going to be slipped down and in. Behind the net is Edmonton. As the Panthers have a great bounce-back game, they will take a 3-2 series lead against the Edmonton Oilers and are 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup. The extra is happening in center, as we might have a little something happening. 5 seconds. Frederick and Greer are going out having a wrestling match. A man joins in, which is Janmark. And they're going to let the clock run out, so the Florida Panthers will win the game 5-2, and they are 1 win away from crowning their second consecutive Stanley Cup. Will the Sunshine State keep shining? Will they slip on oil, and the Edmonton Oilers would face a Game 7? Brentford win this preseason, a new NHL record. Postseason, a new NHL record of that. What a game for Brad Marchand. That'll do it on MHS2, a Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. Florida Panthers 5, Edmonton 2. The series is Florida 3, Edmonton